That's what I'm talking about, which is doesn't always mean your practice is perfect. It just means it's a grind, it's competitive, it's a high effort, high intensity, and we'll clean up the mistakes the next day and all those kind of things as you continue to go. And we're always evaluating and always strategizing, and that's the fun part of the game too for us as coaches. But when you say dig your heels in, I don't think it means dig your heels in and that player's always going to play or that scheme's always going to work or this is how we're always going to block on punt. Well, we've got 2 punts blocked. We're evaluating everything. Who's doing it, how we're doing it, how we're practicing it. The other things I'm talking about are your everyday mindset of how do I come into the building and win today. We're just level. The standard's going to stay high. We believe in it, and we're not going to deviate.
Yeah, meet us up here. We're not lowering it.
That's right.
Yeah. So, have you ever been involved in a game where the backup QBs played the bulk of a game in any level that you've been involved with?
I got asked that question on Sunday. I don't think so. Yeah. Not for the amount of time both of them had to play, which was
the majority of the game.
I mean, 3.5 quarters for Henry and 15 played the whole second half and half the second quarter, maybe. Yeah, I don't think so.
Weird dynamic. I mean, you don't go into a game thinking about those.
No, but I was proud of Henry. I think the game was a little quick at the beginning. Thought he went through the progressions a little quick, got to the tailback really fast a couple times, pulled it down and ran very well. Did a nice job. I think as he settled in, he got into a rhythm and he hit a lot of passes in a row. He put some balls in some tight windows. He was very accurate with the ball. He did the things that I've always known Henry Columbia can do. Proud of him. Thought he fought. Thought he scrambled around. He's sneaky fast. He can get out and run straight ahead. He doesn't have a whole lot of wiggle, but I was proud of Henry. The guys around him I thought responded pretty well, and our wideouts made some plays for him. Xavier White ran the ball well. Our O-line blocked very well coming out of halftime. We challenged them. We challenged our O-line. We challenged our D-line. I thought both of those groups came out in the third and early fourth and played well. What it came down to, Chris, is we didn't play well the last 3 series on either side of the ball. I think defense gave up touchdown, 3-and-out punt, and then another touchdown. And then offensively, I know we had the turnover. I think a 3-and-out. That was the only 3-and-out of the day. Came at a bad time. And then a turnover on downs. And, we had chances to win that thing. I know it's going to sound weird. I'll just go ahead and talk about it. We had chances to win it in the first half. The 3 things that cost us were a blocked punt and 2 missed red zone field goals. I mean, it should have been 7-6 at halftime. It's 7-6 at halftime. We come out, it's 21-3. That's 28-10. With 11 minutes to go, Red Raiders, it's a whole different ballgame. That's what I've been talking to our guys about. It's not the last 3 series. It was before that. Those are the games on the road. When you get into a game like that, you can't make – we made those critical special teams errors in the first half, and it cost us. We almost made up for it all, but we still have to learn how to finish. But it's a whole different ballgame, and you don't know when those plays are coming. They're not always necessarily at the end of the game.
Yeah, and I think it's the Red Raiders are 12 of 17 on red zone chances, but that is, like compounded when all these games are close. I mean, these are all 1-score games, and so like you come up empty in some of those red zone opportunities, and you're not sure when you're going to get them. You've got to get something,
Yeah, especially in this league.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, because points are a premium.
Yeah, we've learned more and more so. It's a possession. It's not field position league. It's a possession. I need the ball, and when I have the ball, I better do something with it, and I better score and not miss a turn sometimes.
We had somebody. I'm just going to get you to explain this a little bit. We had somebody ask about Rico's health. He was fine.
Rico's fine.
He was. The reason he's on the sideline,
he got called for targeting.
Yes, and so he's on the. But I thought somebody had made comment like, how come he was in the leather jacket on the sideline? I guess they missed that early part of the game, but he's fine. So I want to get that cleared up. And so we had a lot of people asking about Allen. How was he? How was he Saturday? What's it look? Just kind of take us through what you can of Allen Bowman's status.
He tried to tape it up, tried to move around. I think the final call was basically the doctors and our trainers, our medical staff, just saying he couldn't protect himself. That's that's of utmost importance. It's the number one thing. You better be able to protect yourself. And he had a good spirit about it, and he came out, got back out, sometime in the second half and supported his teammates. He's a good leader, and so yeah, he's been around this week, and day to day, we'll see.
Did you? Somebody else wanted me to ask you too. Like thankfully, this hasn't been a storyline really in college football this week. Knock on wood. But have you guys followed the Titans outbreak? And is it a reminder to making sure we're still taking care of business with all the COVID stuff, even though everybody is tired of hearing about it. It's still in the back of everybody's mind and all that. But it's like the NFL is starting to be affected here, and it's not good.
Yeah, I think it's been a long time since we've started this, and I think the awareness for all of us was heightened at the beginning. And I think there's sometimes naturally humanistic that it goes down, and I pulled my mask down Saturday, yelled, encouraged, talked to the refs, forgot it was down a few times, but I can say this, I think our team is doing a really good job. I'm proud of our guys. Our staff, we have masks on every day in the office, 100%. We have masks or shields on at practice every day. Our players do too. Our players still wear the shields, the visors, the splash guards, as well as masks when they don't have their helmet on, even though we don't have to do that on game day. We make them do it Monday through Friday. Travel with masks on at the hotel the whole time. I think our guys have done a really good job, and it's just kind of become a way of life. Unfortunately, I don't like it, but we do what we got to do to be able to play ball and to be able to coach, and it's a privilege to coach here, and we don't take that for granted.
And you mentioned Xavier White a while ago. We will, fortunately, we will be joined by him here in a little bit. We'll talk about his big performance on Saturday, running the football, and also sophomore defensive tackle Jalen Hutchison will join us as well. Let's go ahead and take our first commercial. You can make a football move over to Rudy's.com to place your curbside pickup or delivery order and enjoy 100% oak smoked meats, Rudy's signature sauce, and delicious sides from your home. Red Raider football with Matt Wells, presented by Rudy's Barbecue, will continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield, IMG College. Red Raider football with Matt Wells back here at the virtual Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue here until 8 o'clock. Producer, engineer Steve Pitts taking care of us as always. Talking football with the head coach of the Red Raiders until 8 o'clock. Did want to tell you about B Equipment Sales. Since 1981, B Equipment Sales has been the go-to construction and compaction equipment dealer in West Texas. Give B Equipment Sales a call today at 806-589-4720 or go online at beequipmentsales.com for all of your equipment, parts, service, or repair needs. B Equipment Sales, proud partner of Texas Tech football. Coach, let's go to some questions here that we had emailed to us. Okay, yeah, somebody saw Eric Monroe at the Boys and Girls Club today. Do your players always do community service?
Always.
Yeah, they're asking. Do they
always do it?
Are they always out there doing community service?
I
Maybe
think they're out there often.
Okay.
You know, in season's the toughest time for us. They actually had a special Boys and Girls Club appearance yesterday, post practice.
Got it. Okay. I'm sure they
yesterday,
just saw it on
which is
social media.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a rare one in season. Right. Typically, we do go out Friday mornings of home games, and we go out to local elementary schools and read and do some stuff on recess with some of the young kids in the local elementaries. We also went out and helped on Saturday of bye week a few weeks ago. And so, you know, it's typically yesterday was a special one with the Boys and Girls Club.
Yeah, Troy Kema handles that for you. And he's that is one positive. That's a foxhole guy right there.
Yeah, he
Troy
does a great job, and our players do a great job.
Let's see here with whatever. Okay, I'm curious about this. You be careful about how you respond. With whatever you can say, did you hear back from the league on why no targeting was called on the repeated illegal hits to our skill players?
Yeah.
So if I misexplain this, let me know. But I think what happens is you guys go through the game. If there's things that you have questions on or disagree with, you submit those to the league. And I think that at some point they respond. Yeah. And so, I'll let you.
No, there's a process, and certainly, you know, there's calls that we turn in for clarification. There's calls that we turn in because we're frustrated, or we disagree with. So there are times where you get those calls back, and there's no discussion. We did have a discussion on Monday, but you know, in all fairness, and the reality is, I think it's a learning process for the referees and the coaches and our players too. What they see targeting, what are the targeting, the factors that have to be involved with targeting: crown of the helmet, the thrust, a defenseless player versus not a defenseless player, which is basically a running back is not a defenseless player, a receiver is until he becomes a runner. Fine gray area in that. A quarterback is a defenseless player, those kind of things. And so there's elements of targeting that have to be clearly seen to either uphold targeting if it was called on the field or put it on if it was not. And some of those replays, targeting was not initially called, but yet it went to replay to target for the targeting call. I believe one was called and they took it off. So, yeah, certainly some discussion, and you know, it's Monday morning, right, Chris? You're not going to go back and fly back to Manhattan and put the ball down and say, okay, let's redo this deal. So we learn to, we learn to educate, and we learn to move on from things that happen in games that we don't have any control over.
As tough as it may be. Yeah. Do you say anything to your kicker after a miss? That's always an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, that's a delicate thing and a delicate question, and I can tell by the way you're asking it's delicate. And whoever wrote that, I think it's a good. So, you know, oftentimes it's probably a little bit more encouragement. I think we get back into the office and try to help, and whether it's technical or it's just psychological.
Because so much of kicking is mental. Yeah, it's confidence and mental, and
it's a lot like a golf swing. A little bit. You can't have 4 or 5 swing thoughts. You've got to have 1 or 2 things, and then you've got to go back to some basics, and then you've got to have confidence standing over the shot, standing over the kick. And you're right, it's so much confidence. We got to get Trey's a good kicker. Trey's my guy. I stand by
Freshman
him.
All-American last year.
He was, and he earned that. He was not given that. He earned it. And, you know, I think Trey's going through a little time right now where he's trying to, you know, he's got to fine-tune it. He's got it. You know, he's 0 for 3 right now, and it's affected a little bit of the kickoffs. And so go back to the basics, and he's having a good week. Needs to finish, have a good week, go out and have a good warm-up in Ames, and kick well against Iowa State.
Let's see here. Will we see McLean Mannix soon, and how is Miles Price doing?
Yeah, McLean has been battling an injury, and he's a fighter. He does everything you ask him to do. He rehabs his tail off, and I'm hopeful that Red Raider fans will see him soon. You know, Miles Price is a dynamic freshman. Miles Price got a lot of good football ahead of him, Chris. He's catches the ball well. He runs after the catch very well. He's faster than you think he is. He's absolutely, you know, shifty. He's got lateral quickness. He loves the game of football. Miles is fun to be around. If you've ever been around him, he was fun to recruit. We recruited him for a year and a half, and it was an in-depth recruiting process. I feel like I know him as well as any kid on the team, just because of how long we've recruited him. Luke, my brother, recruited him out of the colony in the Metroplex. Really good high school player. I think Miles Price could play corner. I think he could play tailback for us. Little kickoff returner, punt returner.
He lit it up as a returner in high school.
He's a good player.
Yeah,
he's a good player.
He
loves playing the game.
Yeah,
Man, he loves playing the game. He studies the game. He loves practice. He's fun to be around.
The interesting part of Saturday too is interesting seeing. I think Loic Fungi caught his first pass in his college career on a 4th down, mind you.
That was a huge catch.
Absolutely.
And I told him, I said, you'll always remember that 4th and 3 slant, you know, against K-State on the road as your first catch, and you're going to end up remembering your first touchdown catch. He continues to practice very well. I know it's not real noticeable maybe to the general public and to fans, but he's doing a really good job on special teams. He plays on our kickoff return team. He plays on our punt return team. He plays on our punt team. I need to get him on kickoff, but he's right now he's playing on all 3 units. So.
Yeah, and then Miles, obviously, you talk about him. He gets a big time touchdown in the back of the end zone right there. I mean, it's fun to see some of those freshmen.
You know, you look up the other day, and John Holcomb's playing tight end. I got Polk and
Miles Price
and Loic on the outside. Miles Price is playing on the inside, and Taj was standing next to me at that time, or I'd have had 5 skill guys, true freshmen in. Now, good and scary at the same time, right? But they're talented enough that they deserve to play. They've earned the right to play, and it's made us better.
Yeah, and there's a lot of answers there in the future with those positions when you see those guys doing what they're doing as brand new guys with as crazy as their offseason has been, that they're coming in and making plays. Because I think John Holcomb had a big catch in that game too.
John's continuing to play well. He's blocking well. He can catch it. He can run it. You know, we didn't even talk about J.J. Sparkman. Donovan Smith, the freshman quarterback. J.J. Sparkman's another freshman, 6'6" wideout. There's a bright future with those offensive skill kids.
Somebody emailed in and asked about, okay, and I'm assuming that we're calling it correctly, the double cloud, the 3 double cloud, whatever scheme that gets talked about. John Heacock, the defensive coordinator for Iowa State, can you explain it in layman's terms? Like, what's the,
Well, 3 double cloud is basically 3 deep.
3 safeties.
Either with 3 safeties and both corners are rolled up, or you may have the 2 corners playing deep thirds, which is a third of the field. If you think about it, outside the hash to the sidelines, somebody's got between the 2 hash marks, and then somebody's got the other hash mark to the sidelines, and that's thirds. Whether it's the 2 corners and the safety playing deep, it's a zone. You're in zone coverage, which means area. Or it could be the corners are rolled up in what you just said, double cloud, which is cloud means big cloud.
Right.
Clouds
Okay.
are like this.
Yes, I got you. Yeah.
And the 2 corners are down here at the bottom, 5 yards from the receiver, and then this little cloud.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
See how I'm doing that?
Those
are all
their
three
area. It's
safeties.
like kind of defining their zone a little bit. Yeah.
But doesn't that look like a cloud?
Yeah, sure.
You asked me to.
I know. Well, and some clouds are,
I'm
like
kind of making fun of myself because
yeah,
I don't think that. I don't know if that really.
Yeah.
Looks like
No,
a
but
cloud.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, like you got 3 safeties that are like
three safeties and two corners that are clouded up within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage over the the top of the outside receivers, or they could be inverted and flipped.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's always an interesting defense to play against. Okay, well, we come back. Let's talk to let's go to the running back first. He had a big game.
Okay.
Local product.
Yes,
Monterey comes back home and is a really good kid. They've enjoyed getting to know Xavier. So we'll do that when we return. Red Raider Football with Matt Wells, presented by Rudy's Barbecue, will continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield, IMG College. Red Raider football with Matt Wells back here at the virtual Ruby's Country Store and Barbecue. You can stop by Ruby's Barbecue on Wednesdays of Texas Tech football game weeks to receive a coupon for $10 off any order of $30 or more. And pleased to be joined now by, let's see here, former Monterey Plainsman. He's newly on scholarship. He's a sophomore running back. He comes off a 114-yard performance, 49-yard touchdown. Xavier White. How are you doing, my man?
Good. I'm good.
Good?
Yes, sir.
Good. So my favorite thing about your long run on Saturday as you're getting into the end zone is that football IQ is a big deal. And boy, you were not letting anybody take that football. I mean, you had that thing wrapped up from both sides. Nobody was ruining that moment for you.
No, sir. I mean, lesson learned from last year, and then just Coach Smith always talked us up about that. I mean, if you feel somebody coming up, just cover the ball up.
What's the first line of your tips and reminders say every week? I'm putting you on the spot now, aren't I?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, we're going to have to edit this show.
Ball
security is
critical.
Yeah, ball security is critical. Tips and reminders, ball security is critical. Well, you certainly followed that. So take me through, first of all, let's just back up here. How did you your story's well documented. For people that haven't listened to the show, though, want to catch them up. You went to Monterey.
Yes, sir.
And you ended up going to junior college, I want to say, in Kansas?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then you were like, you know what? I want to get back closer to home. Mm-hmm. And so you really kind of – you worked on this. You're on your half. Texas Tech worked on their half, and there was a nice little, meeting here. But kind of take me through that. This is, 2 years ago, I guess
2 years
now?
ago.
Yeah.
I mean, just coming out of high school, Dodge City was my only offer. And they kind of offered me 2 weeks before signing day. And then we went up there, and I liked it a lot and thought I would go because it gave me a better opportunity. And then as the year went by, I mean, during our spring ball, Mark Tomadol, he came by and he watched one of my practices, and guess he liked what he seen.
He has told John Harris and I, who's over here, who calls the games with me, he told us this story. And John, I don't know if you can hear me, but he said, I'm up here looking at, kicker and punter or whatever, and he's like, but whoever that guy is, that's the guy that I want to talk to, or you tell me about that guy right there. Like, you stuck out like a sore thumb, I guess, and then that was like, so tell me everything I need to know about this gentleman right here, and you happen to be that guy.
Yes,
Whatever number you were wearing, Coach Tomberdahl was like, yeah, I want to be in that business right there. So, and so you ended up enrolling yourself in school here and did all this legwork, and then you're a H receiver here last year, and now you're a running back. How did that take place?
I mean, it just first off with the injury, and I mean just throughout the year. I mean, Coach Smith would tell me ever since I'm in the meeting room, they would say I run like a running back after I got the ball, and just I make plays when I have the ball in my hand, and they thought I should be in the running back, get to make more plays and keep the ball in my hand.
How hard was that last year, being out for most of the season because of shoulder surgery and all that stuff?
It was pretty tough. I mean, I was there for my teammates, but just those shoulders was tough after that.
Yeah, and you feel like you're not in your routine and not a part of the thing. Yeah. So when did they officially say, you know what, running back's going to happen for you? Before the spring?
Yes, sir. Right before spring.
Okay, and that was a position that needed some help, depth, and all that, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Easy conversation, or did you fight it a little bit?
It was a pretty easy conversation. Coach was talking to me about it, and I was like, yeah, I think it would be a pretty good decision for me to move there.
So what did they tell you once you moved there? Start eating more?
Yes, most definitely. I remember we was at the Kentucky game, and I was walking through the hallway, and Coach Wells,
the basketball game back in January,
yes,
okay.
The basketball game. And I was walking through the hallway to go.
I know.
I was walking through the little hallway to go down and watch the game, and I forgot who I was with. He told somebody, you need to watch out what you're eating, but then he talked to me, and he said, you could eat whatever. You need to get all this weight. And I was like, yes, sir. And then other than that, I've just been eating and then just staying in the weight room.
So, how like you've gained about, 10 pounds or
Yes,
so,
sir.
give or take? Yeah, and how much do you think you can – you got a long way to go here. I mean, you're sophomores. I mean, do you think you can put on 10, 15 more, like eventually, or do you want to keep it around 200, keep it below 200, keep your speed?
I say I can pick up more of my weight. For sure, over 200 a little bit. And yes, sir.
You ever been to Iowa before?
Yes, sir, I have.
Did y'all play them?
We played him in JUCO.
That's what I was about to ask you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So they were the opponent. They remain the opponent. So what do you know about Iowa State? Like defensively, like what's the challenge for you guys from a running back standpoint this weekend?
Really, man, just get him out in space and make the guy miss. And that's what we harped on the most. Like they harped on me about the most, and just finish my runs.
Breaking tackles.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Who do you watch in the NFL that you like? Kind of say, man, that's the running style that I would like to emulate, or that you admire, or kind of take me through that.
Really, man, Alvin Kamara. I just like the way.
Yeah,
I just like the way he runs, and he's a very versatile back too. They use him a lot in the backfield and screens and everything, and I just like the way his balance is and the way he runs.
Yeah, because I don't want to slight you here. You had 4 catches on Saturday too. I don't want to forget about those. Yeah, Alvin Kamara, he can get it done in all aspects. You and Sir Roderick, kind of, did he help you with the terminology and just anything that from a running back standpoint? Okay, this is different than what you're used to. I mean, what's the bond like there?
Siraji, he helped me out a lot. I mean, with my steps and taking my track and just reading the D line and just in space, he's been helping me move and stuff and my pad level, and just he helped me out a lot.
Yeah, Coach Wells, I'll ask you because you got these moments are awesome, but you got to scholarship extension or extended, I guess, back in August, and has got his family involved, and kind of take us through that dynamic and what that was like, and all the behind the scenes work that you put into that deal.
Yeah, it's always the best moment ever as a head coach to be able to extend a scholarship. This was a special situation just because of Xavier being, a hometown guy, being Lubbock. He's got a tremendous family support group. He's a third generation Red Raider, and so to be able to get his family on and allow them the opportunity to present him the scholarship, I think is pretty special. And so it was a neat moment for Xavier. You know what? I think it was neat for our players to be able to see that and see his support group and kind of be able to celebrate with him.
Especially when this weird has been so goofy. Anything that's just positive and a fun story is probably needed more so than back in August when it was still, I don't know, somewhat uncertain. You're just looking for any feel good you can, and that was perfect. Emotional for you?
Yes, sir.
Surprised?
I was pretty surprised, but when I got home, it got pretty emotional with my family and my mom and stuff. But
good for you, man. Those are moments you will never ever forget that. And that touchdown, you will never forget that either. Like in that touchdown run. So, what did she say to you after you talked to her? Is like, okay, now it just begins. Now you got the real work. Kind of take me through that dynamic, and then we'll let you get out of here.
Just my mom was just saying, just stay humble. I mean, just keep doing what you're doing, and just don't let nobody stop you from there.
Well, you know what? Don't let Iowa State stop you on Saturday either, man.
Yes, sir.
Break those tackles and hold on to the football. Ball security is critical.
Yes, sir.
Right at the top of the tip sheet there. All right, man. That was good stuff, man. Congratulations to you. Stay healthy and keep at it, okay?
Yes,
there he is, Xavier White, sophomore running back. Red Raider football with Matt Wells, presented by Rudy's Barbecue. We'll continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. football with Matt Wells back here at Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Rudy's Barbecue starts with wood, and Rudy's uses 100% oak smoke meats. Stop by Rudy's.com and place your curbside pickup or delivery order for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Be good when we get back out to Rudy's Barbecue, South Loop 289 and Slide Road. Here until 8 o'clock, talking some football with the head coach of the Red Raiders, Matt Wells, and now pleased to be joined by sophomore defensive tackle, nose guard, former running back, just big smile, big energy guy, Jalen Hutchison, man. This is a repeat performance for you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, are you excited to be back on the show?
More than happy to be back.
More than happy. Have you always been like just the energy guy, smiling, just kind of, I mean.
I would say I have. I mean, I don't like to have bad days. I'm just trying to, bring the energy, hopefully affect someone else's day in a positive way.
And that's just in life in general, not just football, but that's just who you are.
Right.
Every time I see you, you're smiling. It makes you just kind of light up a room.
Sure.
And you've always been like that.
Always.
Yeah. When did you start realizing that affects other people, that you're like that?
I mean, just seeing the smile on their face, if I try to crack a joke or let's say I swing and I miss, but it still brings a smile to their face, I mean, at least it did something. So, I mean, I try to make people laugh.
Shoot or shoot, man, right?
Yeah, that's how it is.
That's right. They don't make them all, but you got to we were joking earlier because Xavier obviously transitioning to running back. Well documented. You've probably been asked about this so many times. You're probably tired of talking about it, but
no, he's not.
It is so fascinating because what do you weigh now? 305.
295.
295. Okay, I didn't mean to. I don't know if that's bad. If I try to give you.
All good.
Okay, 295. Okay. You played running back in high school at Forney, which is. Okay, help me out here. Forney, East Texas. It's in between Terrell and Mesquite.
Mesquite.
Okay,
yes.
I was close. And so you played running back there, and you weighed what?
Probably 250, 260.
And did you just enjoy just doling out the pain?
I loved it.
I mean, and you're probably smiling and cracking jokes like, man, you don't know what you're about to have to try to tackle here.
I mean, it was funny because I played. It's either if we started on offense first, I was going on the field. If we started on defense first, I was going on the field. So just like it didn't matter if we started on offense or defense, I was going on the field. So I was more than excited to play either one.
How many carries, like as a senior and everything, did you touch it? 5 times a game, 18 times a game. I mean,
well, as a senior, I didn't play football because I tore my.
That's right. But
tore
this was
ACL
junior. That's right. That's right. You
junior.
said okay. So junior year, how many carries were you?
I'd say about 15, 20.
Okay. What was the most yards you ever rushed for?
Probably 100, 120.
Okay.
Like as a junior, I had 700. I'm pretty sure 30 rushing yards and over 7 touchdowns.
Okay.
So I mean, I was throwing the rock. I was throwing the rock.
Yeah, that's great. And you have a couple of carries here in your Red Raider career.
I do.
Yes, on the kind of the punt team, kind of just a little sneaky there. And we won't get into future plans, but you enjoy that, I know.
I enjoy it. The thing I tell myself before, like I know the fake's coming, is just don't drop the ball, and then the rest will take care of itself. But if I just don't drop the ball, when I get it, the rest will take care of itself. So
Just lean forward.
Lean forward.
Just punish people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you want to do when you get out of school?
I got to school. I'm gonna be a medical sales rep.
And you got a long way to go here too. You're just sophomore, but we were talking about this earlier. You want to be a medical sales rep. What made you focus on that? As a career.
Well, I like to travel. That's one thing I like to do. And medical sales reps have their own like regions they go to and sell different things. And I like the medical field. I wanted to be a PT to begin with, but I was like, I want to go to PT school. So this medical sales rep is like something I can travel and still be on the medical side of things. So.
I mean, I can just say this. So the Red Raiders clearly have 2 interior defensive linemen that have their act together, because you and Tony Bradford are 2 of the most impressive young guys that people would ever be around. What's your bond like with Tony? Like, 'cause y'all play right next to each other.
Yeah.
He's similar to you. A lot of personality. Great story. Wants to be a police officer. What's your bond with Tony like?
I say it's great. We always cracking jokes on the field or just anytime in practice. Just trying to lighten up the mood, you know what I'm saying? Just have fun. Saying all kinds of stuff. I mean, we go out to eat as a D-line on every Thursday before a game. So just the experience, just bonding and just getting to know each other is great. So.
And speaking of positive people, you play for one in Coach Randolph. I mean, he's kind of take me through what it's like playing for Coach Randolph as a defensive line coach.
It can be. We have 6:30 meetings. He's jumping up and down, excited. He always says, "If you want to know how to act like me. So act like him." So he's always full of energy.
And you guys do.
All right.
You guys do. Back-to-back road games here. You excited about the challenge up at Iowa State? I'm guessing you've never been up there.
Yeah, I went there my redshirt freshman
That's
year.
okay.
So I've been there before.
What challenges does Iowa State pose for you?
I mean, we were talking about earlier. The running back's really good. I think he's one of the top running backs in the league at the moment. Brock Prudy, really good quarterback. Just they have threats all over. So I mean, their tight ends are really big. So just their O line's really good, really greatly coached. I just feel like they pose challenges all around. So I mean,
and you
they're a
guys just want a
well-coached team.
result, man.
Right.
Yeah, I know you're working toward it, man. Well, you keep at it. We're almost out of time here, so otherwise I'd sit here and talk to you about medical sales and toting the rock, as you put it, all day long. But Jalen, keep doing your thing, man. Keep smiling, keep making people's day, man.
Yes, sir, I appreciate it.
There
Thank
he is,
you.
Jalen Hutchison. Red Raider Football with Matt Wells, presented by Rudy's Barbecue. We'll continue after these messages. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Red Raider football with Matt Wells back here at the Rudy's virtual store here on the campus of Texas Tech University. Thank you to Xavier White and Jalen Hutchison. It's fun to get to talk to those guys because people really get a look at kind of the kind of kids you have in your program. So it's fun to get to know their stories, and everybody's running their own race and has their own journey. And those two kids, man, they clearly have it together. Coach, let's briefly talk about Iowa State here. You've never been. Your brother worked there. There's lots of ties with some of the staff and everything like that. And kind of take me through the Matt Campbell and his program and all those things.
Yeah, first of all, I got a lot of respect for Matt. I don't know him well. I've met him a few times, but just from afar looking in, I mean, it's a lot of the stuff that we want to be. A program that doesn't hand you anything. They're disciplined. They're tough. They've got big, strong guys. They're big, strong, physical. And I just mean the consistent year in, year out, the way they're playing right now. And it's impressive. They're, on offense, it's built around Brock Purdy. Run game around Breece Hall, who I think's one of the top couple backs in this league. He's really good. He's gained weight from last year. He's got home run speed. Brock is an experienced guy that's won big games. Big, tall tight ends. I mean,
Charlie Kolar.
88, 89, and 11. They're big and tall. They've got really good safeties. 12 seems like I've watched him on TV before I got into the Big 12, and I'm now coaching. He's old. I mean, he's been there forever. He's a really good player, and the backers are strong. Rose is big. Long, a lot longer than you think. I remember seeing him on the field last year in warm-ups, and he is big. 34 is big. They can run. And then I've saved the best for last. Maybe the two DNs lead the Big 12 in sacks.
Yeah, Jaquan Bailey.
9 and 3. They both have 3.5 sacks. Talented team.
And it's funny you said it about wanting to be them because that is. I hear you guys talk about like tight ends and the way you want to run it and be balanced.
Yeah. I didn't mean schematically.
No, but I mean, there's some similarities.
And I don't mean any of that way that you think I may have meant it. I want to be like them. I want to be a consistent model of a program that I believe is built on toughness, and they're consistent. I would assume a high level of accountability, mental toughness, their developmental program. They bring guys in and build them up in their skill development in the weight room, and they're a tough out. They don't hand you anything in the game. You're going to have to earn everything you get, and that's the essence of coaching and winning ball games is not giving things away, and we've certainly given some stuff away the last couple of weeks.
Coach, good luck Saturday. We'll see you then.
Thank you, Christopher.
There he is. Studio board op has been Alex Seaton, producer and on-site engineer, Mr. Steve Pitts. This is Chris Lovell for head coach Matt Wells, reminding you to join us on Saturday, October the 10th at 1:30. The Red Raiders and the Cyclones at Jack Trice Stadium. Kickoff is set for 2:30. This is the Texas Tech Sports Network from Midfield IMG College.